Game developers Splash Damage are attempting to take the class-based first-person shooter genre by storm with their newest title, Brink.
They're hoping their new free running system will set this game apart from its competitors, but it'll take more than a few sweet parkour moves to make this FPS a success.
Let's see how it stacks up against the competition.
Brink takes place in a futuristic floating city known as the Ark. After global warming caused a worldwide rise in ocean levels, the Ark has become a haven for refugees fleeing the floods. Tensions rise as the refugees clash with the Ark's founders over humanitarian issues.
This is where you come in. Players can take the fight on the side of the Ark's founders as security, or they can take on the role of a refugee resistance fighter.
An hour ago I was making my kids breakfast. Then I get the call and get given this gun.
Let's take a look at the single-player campaign first. Oh wait, there isn't one. You can play this game by yourself, but all you're really going to be playing is a multiplayer map filled with bots filling in the role of other players. There's a brief cutscene at the beginning and the end of the map, but you'll see these if you play it online too, so you won't really be missing much of the story.
In fact, even if you skip the cutscenes, you're still not missing anything. All the cutscenes boil down to blah blah blah, this is why we should kill these guys.
Look, for all we know, Chen's put a bomb under every Pelgo in the Ark. We have to know what he's planning. Stop Chen, the violence stops, so ready up.
The writers at Splash Damage started with an interesting concept, but then failed to elaborate on it in any meaningful way.
Apparently, the story of what happened on the Ark is further fleshed out in a series of audio logs you earn as you level up, but I refuse to listen to these. Tell your story in the game or don't tell it at all. If I wanted a book on tape, I'd listen to one of my many Morgan Freeman audiobooks.
1:30. The street lamp sputtered. The street lamp muttered. The street lamp said, "Regard that woman who hesitates towards you in the light of the door, which opens on her like a grin."
God, that man's voice can tame lines.
So soothing.
Alright, getting back to Brink. The story is not at all engaging. Let's move on to gameplay. Injecting parkour elements into an FPS is certainly an interesting concept. It's kind of like Team Fortress meets Assassin's Creed. The ability to move fluidly over or under objects and attack from strategic vantage points gives the game a unique feel. Unfortunately, the majority of the maps do not allow you to do this as often as you'd like. Many of the maps feel claustrophobic, and no matter how much you jump or slide around. And you're probably going to wind up funneled into a choke point, especially if you're on the attacking side.
And here we find another major flaw. Balance is a huge issue in Brink. There's no deathmatch mode in Brink, so your success in the game is going to depend on your ability to complete objectives, and some of these objectives are damn near impossible for the attacking side to accomplish. For instance, when the opposing team was trying to breach this door, all we had to do was set up a few machine gun turrets and mow down anyone who got close to the objective. Easy win for us, but not very fair.
The classes in Brink are your basic soldier, engineer, medic, and spy, which they call operative. There's really nothing here that you haven't seen in Team Fortress or Killzone 3. The weapons are somehow unimaginative, unrealistic at the same time. Grenades and mines simply knock over opponents instead of causing them to explode into several pieces. Melee attacks are often ineffective, and a lot of times they feel like they're not connecting. I might be able to overlook all this if the game at least played smoothly, but it doesn't.
This game is unbearably laggy to the point where it's not even worth playing over Xbox Live. How do you make a game that is almost exclusively multiplayer and then allow it to be bogged down with mind-numbing amounts of lag? And the game isn't even visually appealing. These aren't exactly graphics worth drooling over.
Yes, it's got some cool innovations, and the concept is definitely intriguing, but the game just seems to be lacking too much to be considered good. It feels rushed and unfinished.
Yeah, we've come to expect more from game developers, and Brink simply does not live up to expectations. We give Brink a 2 out of 5.